Hi.
Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome to The Wave. It's the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. Adam, how are you?
I am very good, Nick. How are you?
Excellent.
Good.
Bit cold.
It's chilly. It is chilly.
Because just crossing the road from my car to your house, just the rain in my face, cold, wet, not very nice.
Yeah, there's a couple of inches of snow on the floor, that's why.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a snow day.
Yeah.
In the old UK. Were you okay on my drive? It's a bit treacherous. It's
Yes,
like an
fine.
ice rink.
Yeah.
I nearly stacked it 3 times this morning whilst I was clearing the car.
I put a stud on, so we were all right.
Oh, not on my new drive. Yeah, it's been a horrendous week. Not fun weather-wise. But it's warm in here. We're all nice and cosy on the stream boat.
We're going to be warmed by the glow of news
Yes.
and indeed chat.
And
So-
just Netflix in general.
What more could you ask for?
I fixed the mic stands.
Excellent.
Hopefully they'll be okay now.
Yeah.
Turns out I can
Hopefully-
just tighten them up. We didn't need new ones after all.
Hopefully there will be no droopage.
I've had a bit of a tidy up in here as well. Ready for it's
looks
going to be
good.
decorated soon. So
Yeah.
we're getting a new look stream boat soon.
Spring cleaning ahoy.
Absolutely. Getting nesting.
Yeah, I like it. And look, it may be terrible weather, but it's still daylight.
Yeah. Still, it's like, nearly 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Still daylight. We're good.
Summer's on its way.
Summer's coming. Thank God.
Yeah.
You can't wait. How have you been? How's your week been? Have you got any gossip?
I've been pretty good. I have no, because it's only been like 5 days since we last
True.
recorded.
Yeah, we were late
So
recording
I don't
last
think
week
I've
and
got
early
too
this week.
much. My child is now better.
Cool. Yeah, we had
Because-
an ill child on the show. On the ship.
A
last
slight peek
week.
behind the curtain, which we didn't mention last week,
No, we didn't.
was that we were babysitting and recording at the same time.
We were.
It's not babysitting for me. It's
No,
just
it's
parenting.
your child.
So,
And it's not technically for me when the parent's in the room.
well, true.
So she was just,
We were in charge.
we just left her to, stuck Disney Plus on and left her. Dad did the babysitting.
Yeah.
Disney Plus did the babysitting. That's what
Yeah,
it's there
exactly.
for. Even she couldn't find anything on Netflix.
She's much better now.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
fine. And yeah, I don't think too much more has happened in my life in the last 5 days.
No?
Apart from I've watched some stuff on Netflix and I've watched this movie which we're going to talk about on Thursday.
Which movie?
We are going to talk about Rose Island,
We are indeed.
which definitely is a movie that may be long for summer.
Yeah, it was a summer movie, wasn't it?
Which is an Italian. Would you say rom-com? But I wouldn't say.
No,
I don't think
I
that's the
would.
main thing.
No.
I'd just say,
Drama.
yeah, comedy drama.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd call it a comedy.
There was a bit of comedy.
Yeah, it's a bit
in there.
funny. Yeah, maybe. We'll
It was
discuss
funny
that
when
more
that
on-
man went on fire.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
We'll for that tease.
Funnier than when the man went on fire the week before.
Yeah. Come and listen to us talk about Rose Island on Thursday. And last week we talked about Headshot, which
did.
is a very different movie. It was an ultra-violent Indonesian action flick.
It was indeed.
I enjoyed it.
Thoughts on it since?
Yeah, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, same.
Like,
It's just
if
just
you're
silly
in
fun,
that
isn't it?
mood for that
Yeah.
stupid violence, it was well done. It was slick. It was fun as
Yeah.
far as these things
Yeah,
go.
it was.
I
It
had
was
a good
just
time.
one of those great little action flicks.
Yeah. Perfect for watching with mum and dad.
I'm not sure about that.
And a cup of tea and a piece of cake.
Yeah, if you're in, if that's the sort of family you're in, I can't see why not. Cool. You can watch any film with your mum and dad and a piece of cake, just depending on the relationship with your parents.
Yeah,
I guess.
true.
Some of them you wouldn't want to.
No.
Some you would. Go to the cinema tomorrow.
Okay, what you got lined up?
I've got Scream 6 lined up for tomorrow
Oh,
night.
excellent.
And then on Monday, I'm going again. I've got Pearl
Okay.
lined up, which it looks quite good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one. It's an unlimited screen.
I've seen, without going into any detail, I've seen that Scream 6 seems to have some pretty solid reviews.
Yeah, it's doing all right so far. I just want it to be stupid. As long as it's
Yeah.
stupid, I don't care. I've gone past the point of that franchise being... I'm not expecting it to be like groundbreaking now. I just want it to be silly fun.
Yeah.
That's all I want from it.
I'm pretty confident you might
I think
get
I'll
what
be
you're
all right with
after.
it. I think I'll be all right with it.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
I've got 2 books over the next week, so I'll report back on next week's wave
Yeah,
on those 2.
let us know.
Absolutely. Shall we do some Netflix news?
Let's do it.
Where are we starting this week?
This week, we are going to start with Netflix's announcement that they are reuniting Michael Shaw,
Okay.
who
The guy from The Good Place.
You will know he was showrunner of The Good Place,
Yeah.
And also co-creator of Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Is developing a show for Netflix. And guess who he's got on board to star in it?
I don't need to. I can see it written down in front of me.
Right, it's Ted Danson.
Excellent.
Also from The Good Place.
Reunion of Danson and Shaw.
Yeah. The Mole Agent is the show in question. It tells the story of a private investigator that is looking into claims of elder abuse at a nursing home. He then hires an older man to pose as a mole in the senior living facility and help find out if there is any truth to the allegations. Danson will play the role of Charles, the man hired as the mole.
I was just going to say, I wonder if he's playing the older man.
I
feel like we've grown up with Ted Danson. When we were kids, he was the sexy man, and now he's the older man.
Now he's the grandpa. Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know. You
He's
can
one of
find
those
that
guys
out.
that just always seems to have been there, doesn't he? He's like, he never gets more famous or less famous. He's just
No, he's never not
just
been
Ted Danson.
in something, has he?
Yeah.
I guess.
you just never hear of his private life. You never hear of anything
Yeah.
going on. He's never caused any controversy or anything. I don't think he's just one of those guys.
Netflix has ordered 8 episodes
Excellent.
of the new series. It doesn't technically have an official title yet. I would guess it might be something to do with moles.
The Mole Agent is fine with me. I don't mind it.
So,
He's 75.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Same age as Eugene Levy.
Okay, good
Which
to know.
I've learned this week and will come up later on in the show.
Good to know. So, I mean, look, there's some pedigree,
Yep.
even with just those 2 names, and I'm sure more will be added
Yeah, definitely. There'll be a cast around him. He's not going to do it on his own, is he?
as that, gathers pace.
Excellent. We'll keep our eye on that one. Let you know when we have more on it. I'm excited.
Interestingly, this week, the CEO of Cinemark,
Okay.
a chain over in the States, Sean Gamble, has been taking a few pops at streaming services this week.
Oh, okay. Has he? Why?
Basically, sort of outlining how much they were disappointed, and only his chain, but the industry in general, in how much money Netflix left on the table with Glass Onion. With its weeks.
A few
its
CEOs have
week-long
said this now, haven't they?
cinema release.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your movie. Can you really moan about it? I mean,
It's all right saying Netflix have left money on the table. They've left money on the table for those people.
yeah,
haven't left money on the-
it means you're not getting a slice
Yeah.
of that pie.
I mean, all Netflix did was released it, were like tease it a little bit into the theatres,
Yeah.
and then make people watch it at home. That's exactly what
And
they knew what they were doing.
Is it a vicious circle? Because let's say, for example, Netflix said, right, Glass Onion, we're going to put it in cinemas for a month.
Yeah.
Or 6 weeks or 2 months. It doesn't matter. But a longer period of time. And then it was coming out to Netflix.
Yeah.
Are they basing that, you've left money on the table because they saw really high numbers for a week?
Yeah.
Because people who really wanted to see it at the cinema are going to go out of the way to do it.
Yeah.
If it's 3 weeks into a 4-week run, are people going to go, I could go to the cinema, but in 10 days it's going to be on Netflix?
Yeah, it's exactly what happens.
And it's a week maybe is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't know. They just teased people with it. They were like, here's this film at the cinema. Next week you can watch it on Netflix.
But Gamble continued and said, we are slightly encouraged by some upcoming movies' decisions from streamers. So Ben Affleck's upcoming sports drama Air from Amazon is going to be opening in theatres worldwide on April the 5th.
Okay.
Before then coming out on Prime Video. Gamble said, we thought they left money on the table. We were disappointed they didn't take advantage of a more significant theatrical release just based on the overwhelming consumer demand.
It's a strange one because Netflix release a lot of films that never go to the cinema.
Indeed.
So it's like, are they leaving money on the table by doing that?
Yeah.
It's not Netflix's business model. They want you to
No,
watch
it
them
never
on
has
Netflix.
been.
No. They're only doing it.
Could you argue that week's a week extra you shouldn't have? So you
Yeah.
can twist.
You've
can twist
actually
facts
given
any
you some
way you
money
want.
because most of Netflix films you don't make any money from. So I don't know. You can kind of see it from both sides of the story. Nobody wants to see cinemas go under, but at the same time, is Netflix going to single-handedly cause that?
Yeah, later on in the interview, he was sort of fishing with Apple as well, saying, well, Apple are going to invest a lot more in movies, so we hope that they'll consider limited theatrical runs as well. So look, I get it. It's tough. It's a tough for cinemas, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like they just need to alter their business model slightly. I mean, the cinema's always been the same, no matter what, and it doesn't seem like it'd take much to alter a business model.
Yeah. Well, do you know, obviously Netflix aren't short of £1 or two.
No, absolutely not.
And maybe it's that extra income from that week of Glass Onion being in the cinema that has caused them to sign off $130 million for Nancy Meyers directed rom-com.
130 million for a rom-com?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, I get...
It's got to have quite the cast in it.
She's a big name.
Yeah.
She's not directed a movie since 2015.
Wow, okay.
Which was The Intern, which I think is Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway, I think.
Yes, I think you might be right. Is James Franco in that? I feel like he might be.
Possibly. I can only assume that a lot of this $130 million dollar plus budget is going on salary.
Yeah, of course.
Because
who's in it?
Circling this movie are Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
Penelope Cruz.
Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's quite the cast.
Yeah.
All of those are demanding big budgets, I would think.
Myers will write, direct, and produce the comedy, which is currently known as Paris Paramount, although that is very much thought to be a working title.
Let's hope so, because it's terrible.
And people believe is going to be loosely based on Myers' own life.
Oh, okay. A lot of directors seem to be doing that before.
With the story centering on a talented young writer-director who falls in love with the producer, with the pair making several successful films before calling it quits romantically and professionally. However, the two are forced back together when a great new project arises and they find themselves teaming up again and having to deal with high stakes and volatile stars. Sounds like it could be a bit meta. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money,
rom-com, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I wonder if people are going to be playing themselves in that and that sort of thing. Then, if we go in real life.
Yeah, The Hollywood Reporter says that the budget is in the $130 million to $150 million range.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money for a rom-com. You can't imagine there's going to be many explosions or CGI and things like that going on. You never know. But if it's going to be based in Hollywood, they might be like making a film inside a film.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
We'll see. This one?
I know people get really excited when we talk about like a new button. Or
we'd love a new button on
feature
Netflix. What's
on
happening?
Netflix. Well, I am here to, if you're one of those people, make you happy, because I can report that as of now, you can, on Netflix, customize the appearance of your subtitles.
Amazing. Why?
You can adjust not only the size, but also the style of your text.
Okay.
Announced this week, Netflix says users can now toggle subtitle text size between small, medium, and large, and alter the overall appearance of the text to make it easier to read. You have your default white.
Yep.
Which everyone I'm sure will be used to. Plus other options. So you can have a light option, which is black text with a white black background.
Okay.
Drop shadow, white text on a black background.
Yeah.
Or contrast, yellow text on a black background.
I suppose if it helps people, then there's nothing wrong with that, is there? It's a good thing. What would be your pick? What would you choose? Definitely not that black on the white. That looks awful.
No, that's horrible.
It's like an Instagram
I quite
caption.
like the standard white.
Yeah, you are quite blunt.
But
you're not going to go for yellow?
I think yellow might yeah. It's the Star Wars text.
Yeah.
Everything.
It fades up the screen as well.
I think possibly yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. Might end up being my go-to.
Let's have a play with that, because we do watch quite a few films with subtitles. In this week's film we're doing on Thursday, subtitles.
Would you rather have customizable. If you could only have one,
Yeah.
which now you can, but if it was up to you, would you rather have customizable subtitle options or the shuffle button?
Customizable
Me
subtitles.
too.
I've never used that shuffle button. The one that disappeared without nobody noticing.
Yeah.
Cool. Let us know if you're going to customize your subtitles.
Yeah.
And for what reason?
Tell us the pros and cons of subtitle choice. Another new show coming to Netflix is a murder mystery show from Shonda Rhimes,
Okay.
who has basically got the keys to the kingdom at Netflix after Bridgerton. There's a Bridgerton spin-off coming later this summer.
Oh, is there?
I believe, about the Queen in that show. And they've also announced that The Residence is coming to Netflix next year, I presume. It's from, like I say, from Shonda Rhimes' company. And it is a murder mystery which will star Uzo Aduba from Orange is the New Black.
Okay, yeah, I know that is.
She will be the lead.
Yeah.
And she has been joined, it's been announced this week, by Randall Park.
Excellent. Well, he is out of a job since his last Netflix show got cancelled. So, Shondaland made The Watcher, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
recently.
so.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Aduba will play an eccentric detective named Cordelia Cupp.
Great name.
And she will be accompanied by Randall Park, playing the role of FBI Special Agent Edwin Park.
Oh. Doesn't even need to learn a new surname.
With Spencer Garrett playing FBI Director Wally Glick.
What a wonderful name.
I love it.
I love that. Wally Glick.
Yeah.
Randall Park plays FBI agents and cops quite a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He
does a bit.
Wonderful.
Yeah, an eccentric detective show. The Residence, Netflix says, is a screwball whodunit set in the upstairs, downstairs, and backstairs of the White House, among the eclectic staff of the world's most famous mansion. Andre Braugher is also in it.
Oh wow! Okay.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. Where have they dug Jason Lee up from? He got cancelled years ago.
Did they have to get him out of like a Scientology prison?
Yeah, I think so. I thought he'd been gone done and dusted a long time.
And Ken Marino. So quite a good cast.
Big cast
coming along for that.
Jason Lee. Wow, there's a name I never thought I'd hear again.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll look forward to that. That sounds good. Shondaland's always good, isn't it?
I think of this week's news, this will excite you the most.
Yep, I think you're right. I've just read the headline.
This is the fact that friends of the show, I think I can say that because we've had an interaction on Twitter.
We have, that's true.
Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead.
Yeah.
If not immediately, because they're quite busy doing Loki season 2.
Yep. That must be nearly done, though.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Are planning to go back to the Endless universe.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And the Endless is a show is a movie we've watched on this show
many years ago now. But yeah,
in an earlier season,
maybe 2 or 3.
Which kind of seems to have
as well.
Gathered cultness.
Yeah, I think so. I'm
not saying it's because of us.
No, it is.
Probably is.
I think those 2 have gathered a cult following.
Those 2 have, and people have then gone back and found their earlier work.
Yeah. It's a great film as well. And the recent one with Anthony Mackie was really good. I can't remember what that was called. Synchronic. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
The duo recently did an interview with the Script Apart podcast, which said that one of the next projects they want to go on to once they're finished with Marvel is a series set in the same continuity as The Endless. And it will specifically focus on the characters from that movie, Aaron and Justin.
They played themselves or played versions of themselves in that movie,
Benson said, even now, our nights and weekends are spent working on what is our next thing for our independent output. Essentially, hopefully it will be a TV show. At smallest, another indie film. It's set in the Endless Universe. That's where we are putting all of our passion. The main characters are Aaron and Justin again, but that's as much as we're willing to say right now. What I can say is that I am stunned by how good it is.
Wow.
I wish I could get onto the plot details, but it could easily be the thing that if we died right after it finished, we'd be like, okay, cool, I did it. That's the one to go out on.
Oh, that's exciting. How can you be that excited about something you're working on yourself? That's really cool.
Because if you remember at the end of The Endless, I'm going to go spoilers.
Do it. We've literally spoiled the whole film.
They escaped from that time traveling,
it's like a time
loopy cult in the desert. Didn't they?
Yes, but they found loads of other little. There was loads of time loops all over, wasn't there?
Yeah,
there were
little
like domes
pockets
of time loops. Yeah, so maybe they just fall into another one.
I do like that they're referring to it as the Shitty Carl cinematic universe. Remember Shitty Carl?
Shitty Carl, I do remember Shitty Carl. He was a shit. Go back and listen to our episode on The Endless.
Yeah, their other movies are set in that.
Yeah, I think all of them
universe, but this is specifically a continuation of Aaron and Justin's story from The Endless.
Okay,
so
yeah, they do like. If you've not heard of them before, they do like weird timey-wimey movies.
Yeah,
they did a couple of episodes of Moon Knight, didn't they?
They did. They directed a couple of Moon Knights, and then they were given the keys to Loki season 2.
Yeah. Big things from those two. Good for them.
Excellent.
Next.
Do people like Star Wars? I guess they do.
do.
There have been some updates this week. We gave Star Wars a bit of stick last week in our Real Talk.
Yeah, we did.
And
quite rightly.
It was mentioned that there has not been a new Star Wars movie since 2019 because of how terrible that one was.
Yeah.
Some updates this week is that it seems official that previously announced Star Wars movie by Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins is shelved.
Okay.
She was working on Rogue Squadron, a standalone film about a new generation of starfighter pilots in a boundary-pushing, high-speed thrill ride. I think basically Top Gun, but in an X-Wing.
Okay.
That's not happening
That's not happening now.
Neither is an unannounced, untitled Marvel movie that Kevin Feige was going to produce.
Oh, wow.
Because he's busy.
How's he got time?
Yeah, exactly. They've kind of worked out he won't be busy for several years.
Right.
Him and Michael Waldron had been hired to produce a script. Unfortunately, Waldron's now got a right to Avengers movies.
Right.
So Disney's not
Kevin
not
Feige
really
would have
planned.
employed him to do.
Yeah. Disney's planning is not coming across well here.
No.
There's no similarly, Rian Johnson, who signed up for a new Star Wars trilogy, can't do that because he's busy making Benoit Blanc movies. So the only
it's very confusing
previously announced Star Wars movie that is still not yet been shelved,
right?
Although probably hasn't officially been said is still going ahead,
right?
Is that they signed up Taika Waititi to do one.
Right, okay.
You
don't shelve Taika Waititi.
Yeah, but then we'll probably give him another Marvel movie
to
do
why not?
instead.
The last one went down so well.
He has done. I think he's voiced, and I think he directed a couple of Mandalorian episodes. Okay. So at least he's got his
toe in the door.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say all change, all not happening in the Star Wars movie universe anyway.
Oh well. Sure, some people are disappointed, but not, I don't imagine many people
are. Final bit of news, bit of sad news, and that is just the passing of Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, I saw this. This is really sad. Really young as well.
Only 61.
Yeah.
And a real sort of, never necessarily a leading man, but he could be a real show stealer.
Yeah, absolutely. Just always
think of him, Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan. He's great in Heat. Yeah. His demons got the better of him eventually.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Not good.
But, yeah.
Rest in peace.
100%.
That's it.
That's the news.
Good news. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a couple of things. I've watched the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Okay, the new series.
Yeah.
How and how? Not how. Not how.
I pointed the.
How are they?
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really watch. I don't watch all the Star Wars things.
Yeah, but you do watch Mando.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
It's just. I mean, nothing's really happened, or if stuff's happened, it's over my head and it doesn't mean much to me as a casual viewer.
Okay.
But good action, looks expensive. Baby Yoda's cool.
Baby Yoda's
I
cool.
can see why this show is a zeitgeist show, because it's people walking around in really cool costumes.
Yeah.
With cute aliens.
I didn't even know it was coming back. I hadn't
stuff.
seen any like advertising for it or anything. It just seemed to appear one day.
But it's here.
Excellent. You gonna watch the rest of it? Stick with it?
Yeah, probably, because they're only quite short episodes.
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
only like half an hour, aren't they?
So, yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Anything else?
I've watched on Netflix the Jamie Demetriou
Me too.
comedy special.
Me too. A whole lifetime.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It took me a couple of minutes to tune in.
Yeah, I get.
But once I was on it, I was like, yeah, okay, I know what he's going
I'm getting
for.
this now.
Yeah.
It's some of it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Sort of like really good. But it's batshit crazy.
I 100% know my wife would hate it.
Yes, 100%. I know your wife would hate it.
I thought it really made me chuckle.
Yeah, it really made me laugh. Some of the sketches in there, it's basically a series of sketches that follow a life's journey.
Yeah.
So he starts off as a baby, then teenagers, adulthood.
Yeah.
The old man at the end, the little old man who was dying.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And the old man whose wife hated him.
Yeah.
When they were eating dinner. I loved that. But the highlight for me was the man who wanted to strangle all of his
Friends and family, yeah.
just wanted to strangle them. Yeah. I feel like that myself sometimes.
That was really well done.
It's only an hour long, and it's worth checking out.
But also, equally, the guy who just for 5 minutes got his bag caught on the door.
That was making me piss. That was really
hilarious.
He just kept walking into his office and got the bag caught on the door every time. And then he walked in and didn't have his bag. And was like,
that was
left my bag in the
I
car.
forgot my bag.
Brilliant. So funny. Yeah, Jamie Demetriou is a genius, and I think that kind of proves it.
It's not for everyone, but
No, it's
I know
definitely
it was
not
for me.
everyone.
So
It was 100% for me. That's my sort of comedy. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it. How about you?
I've done a couple of things on Apple TV this week.
Oh,
I've renewed my Apple TV subscription because Ted Lasso is back next week. So I wanted to get in on that. So whilst I'd got it, I thought, well, a lot of people have been telling me to watch this show called Blackbird. So I'm like, I need to watch this show called Blackbird. And I am so happy I did it. It's absolutely amazing.
is this a show? Is this the Paul Walter Hauser show?
Yes, Paul Walter Hauser
won a Golden Globe, didn't he?
Yes, it did. Yes, he did. Paul Walter Hauser and Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
Basically, Paul Walter Hauser is in prison for a crime. They know he's done a lot more crimes. Taron Egerton gets arrested for drug dealing, and they say to him, look, we'll commute your sentence if you can get a confession out of this guy.
Okay.
Go into this mental institution, because he's a bit crazy. Get the confession out of him and we'll commute your sentence. And the relationship that builds between those two, I haven't seen anything like it in years.
Cool.
They're so good, both of them. Paul Walter Hauser is amazing in it.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in the 5th episode, I think, and I was open mouthed watching them act. They were remarkable. I would highly recommend that. It's worth the Apple Plus subscription on its own. It's a really good show. And then, because I got the Apple TV subscription, I was like, I'm going to try this. Have you heard of The Reluctant Traveller?
I don't think so.
It is Eugene Levy's new travel show.
Oh, brilliant.
So he is going around the world visiting places that that he's never been to, but he also hates travelling.
Oh, okay.
And even if he has to travel for work, he doesn't never leave the hotel. He's not a adventurous guy. He just has no interest in the world. He just wants to sit in the hotel and do his job and come home and just be with his family. And so he's gone around the world. I think there's 8 episodes. I've done 4 to visit these. They put him up in these amazing hotels and these amazing places. And he's just like, oh, really? And and he's 75 years old. The first episode, he goes to Finland.
Do they actually get him out doing stuff?
Yeah. So he
goes dog sledding or something.
Yeah, he does go dog sledding. He does go dog sledding. And at one point, he goes ice fishing with this family, this bloke and his 6-year-old son. And they make him drill this hole in the ice. And they're both, this man's like our age, built like a brick shit house. His son's 6 years old. And they're watching this 75-year-old man trying to drill a hole in the ice. I'm like, this feels uncomfortable. But he can't do it. But it's so good. It's a really good show. It's really interesting as well. Because the best one he's done so far is that he only goes to Utah.
Right.
But he's in the desert and he goes to this desert hotel that's £3,000 a night.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing place. It's all built, it's all carved into the side of the rocks. And yeah, definitely. If you've got Apple TV, definitely check it out. If you find Eugene Levy funny, check it out. Because it's just him being him.
Awesome.
And not wanting to be in any of these wonderful places. I've watched Finland, Costa Rica, Venice, and Utah so far.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really good. And if I look that good when I'm 75, I'll be well happy. Because that guy's a good looking man.
How does he look better at 70? He looks better at 75 than probably, in his 50s.
Yeah, 100%. He absolutely does. He looks great.
Yeah.
For 75, he looks great. His hair's amazing. I love his hair.
Yeah.
And everywhere he goes, people know who he is because of American Pie.
Sure.
Like, he went to this, like...
Your son fucked a pie.
Yeah. He was in the middle of nowhere in Costa Rica, and these people were just coming up to him and like, I loved you in American Pie.
Amazing.
He's treated like a hero everywhere he goes because of who he is. Yeah, I would highly recommend The Reluctant. It's called The Reluctant Traveller. I think there's 8 episodes altogether on Apple TV.
Nice.
Check it out. But I think that's all I've done. But definitely check both of those two.
I should maybe look at Apple TV for a bit.
There's some really good stuff on there.
Yeah.
That new one with Jason Segel's new show is supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
I think it's called Shrinkers.
Yeah, Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be really good as well, so that might be next on my list. But yeah, apart from the Jamie Dimitri thing, I still haven't watched anything on Netflix. It just doesn't seem to be anything dragging me into
I think I've done one more episode of Alice in Borderland.
Okay.
Yeah, my same comments as last week. Good, too long. Why the episode split in the middle? It's happened again now.
It's happened again?
Yeah.
Fuck that. That might put me
so
off.
They're like
completely.
they've ended the episode halfway through a game, and then so you get your game half of the previous episode, half of the next episode, and then it literally fades to black in the middle of the episode, and you go back to the other characters and see what they're doing.
No,
it's a really weird structure. It's like
it's been filmed all in one and then chopped up.
Yeah, but it's like a reality show structure. It annoyed me when this episode finished. It really annoyed me.
I don't mind a cliffhanger, but that's not a cliffhanger.
No,
what you've got
it's
there.
not a cliffhanger. It's just like, we're just stopping it there.
We're just stopping it there,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
What a shame. Right, how are we doing for time? Still got a little bit. Should we do for the Netflix top 10?
Let's do that. We've not done that.
Not done that for a while.
For a little while.
So I've pulled up the Netflix top 10 in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Because you can do that now on top10.netflix.com. You can pick whatever country you want. It's a pretty new, I would almost call it a virgin chart.
Okay.
There's only one film that's done more than 2 weeks in this top 10.
Then there must be plenty of stuff to watch.
Yeah, let's go through this list and see if there is. Number 10 is Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Sorry, I've not seen the first one. I can't go and watch the second one.
I've seen the first one, and I haven't seen the second one.
Well, there you go.
I have no intention of seeing the second one.
I mean, does it... to go exactly back on what I just said, is that part of the problem? If Paul Blart Mall Cop 2
is in the top 10
is in the top 10 on Netflix UK, maybe we are in a bit of a quieter period.
You think people at Netflix are looking at going, Paul Blart's in the top 10. We probably need to do something here.
Quick, hurry up on Red Notice 2.
Wait till you hear what's at number 8. So at number 9 is a film called Nocebo.
Okay.
I've heard of this. It's play on the word placebo, I think.
Yes. Okay, well done.
I feel like it's the sort of film that's going to end up on our long list at some point. Number 8 is Evolution.
The alien film from the 90s?
Yes, the alien film from the 90s with David Duchovny. Yeah.
Sean William Scott.
I can't think of his name. Sean William Scott. My Netflix has been trying to make me watch that all week. Every time I turn it on, it's just pushed it at me.
That's random.
It's so random. It's threw it at me this week. And I imagine that's why it's got in the charts.
Because you like the X-Files.
I do. I love David Duchovny.
I mean...
I've seen Evolution. I think I've seen it twice.
I've
don't know if I'll watch it again.
Probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, I went to the cinema to see it.
When it was a 5-year-old film.
Yeah, I remember going to the cinema to see it. And I think I've watched it once since. But yeah, it's number 8 in the Netflix top 10.
Okay.
Peter Rabbit 2 is at number 7.
Okay, I can kind of get that.
Is that the one with James Corden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on in front of your kids. Fine.
Number 6 is All Quiet on the Western Front.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
think this is a re-entry.
Yes, definitely.
Because of the Oscar
It's claiming
and
11
BAFTA
weeks in the charts.
success, yeah.
Yeah, the Oscars ceremony would have happened by now.
Yeah. I didn't know whether we should do a bit on the Oscars.
Maybe
we'll talk about what you could have done if you were in our Discord.
Yes. Maybe we'll do like a bonus episode after the Oscars or something.
Yeah, because time has caught us out.
Yeah, a little bit. That's why I did the game. We've done a game in the Discord, basically, where we pick the top 5 or 6 categories and everybody's made a prediction. We'll know by now, when this episode comes out, who's won.
Yeah.
Well, we won't, but we'll be close. But yeah, everybody's predicted who they think. There's some crazy choices in there, but a lot of people have done it. So if you want to get in, it might be too late now, but it is. Come and join it. We do this sort of thing all the time.
We've told you enough times to join the Discord. So.
Yeah, just join it. Why are you not joining it? All Quiet on the Western Front's obviously gone back in because people are watching all the Oscar films in the lead up to the Oscars. Number 5 is The Strays. I nearly watched this at the weekend, but I was told by our Discord not to, so I didn't.
I also considered it.
Apparently it's not very good.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it. Number 4 is The Unholy.
Okay.
Which also Netflix have been throwing at me this week. I feel like they feel like this is my sort of thing. It probably is. It's like a religious horror
right
movie.
up in your algorithms,
Yeah,
that is.
It really is. Number 3 is The Punisher.
Yeah. The Thomas Jane
and John Travolta
Punisher.
Yeah. It's random again.
Okay.
Some random films in this top 10 this week.
I'd rather you put the Dolph Lundgren one from the 80s up.
Number 2 is The Fall. Now, there's been a bit of a controversy about The Fall this week in our Discord once again.
It's just Fall.
Is it just called Fall? Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. I was asked earlier this week if we could put this film on the long list.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And then it went to number 1. And it stayed at number 1 for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's at number 2. So I've taken it off our long list for now. Because I don't feel like this is the bottom of the stream movie.
It is a bottom of the stream movie.
It is the bottom of the stream movie, but somehow it's staying at the top of the stream.
Because there's nothing else around. This is a woman who's stuck on like a rig.
Yeah, I would love to watch it.
Halfway up a radio mast.
Apparently it's terrible.
Yeah,
I know somebody who has seen it. I want to watch it, but I can't watch it if it's going to go back on the long list. So I'm kind of like stuck between the two halves of my personality here. So at the minute it's not on there. Because it's number 2 on Netflix. But we'll see if it plummets over the next few weeks. It may go back on. Number 1 is We Have a Ghost.
Sure.
I still haven't watched this. I've got
to be honest. I said you to this. Yeah. I said this to you off air.
Said you to this.
Oh my God.
It's because you've been watching The Mandalorian and Yoda's in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Your words in the wrong order.
He can't speak yet.
Oh, okay.
He's only a little baby.
Still, isn't it like 4 seasons in now? It shouldn't be.
Yeah, they take ages.
Shouldn't it be teenage Yoda by now?
Yeah, they take ages.
I suppose.
Grow up.
He's like a million years old, isn't he? So.
Anyway. I said to you put me off watching We Have a Ghost last week when you told me it was
2 hours and
15 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's too long for a comedy about a ghost.
I think I will watch it. I just feel like it's going to have to be at a point where I've literally got nothing else to watch.
Okay, fine.
Because it's hanging around in the charts. It's doing all right. But it's too long. I said that we had this exact conversation last week. It's too long. Doesn't need. That's a 90-minute movie there. Not a 145-minute movie or whatever it is. It's too long. Listen to us. We know what we're talking about. Should we do TV?
Yeah, and don't kick your football in my back garden either.
Right, you level. Top 10 TV in the UK for Netflix at the minute. It's currently number 10, Sex Life, Season 1.
Yeah.
8th week in the charts. I feel like that's come back because Sex Life Season 2's come out.
100%.
You, Season 4. I would have expected that to be higher. But we're in the lull in the gap between that Season 4 parts, aren't we?
We are.
So that may be why that's dropped out. Number 8 is Next in Fashion, Season 2.
I didn't know that was back. I watched Season 1 of that.
Did you?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
It's the fashion guy from Queer Eye.
Okay.
And it's a fashion design child reality show.
Okay. Number 7 is Outer Banks Season 2.
Yeah.
That's because Season 3's just come out. Perfect Match Season 1. What's that? Any ideas?
It's about a factory and how their quest to make the perfect match.
Like a match factory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And how they
Like
strike the balance between stick and head on the match.
You could never get a balance between stick and head.
No.
Okay, we're looking at the poster. I don't think it is that.
Right.
But it might be. Oh, also in that Jamie Demetriou special, the Love Island rip-off thing was really good.
That's what this is.
Yeah, that's
Perfect
what this
Match
is.
like
It's a Love Island
go
rip-off.
and live on a beach and sex each other up.
Number 5 is Outer Banks Season 1. Again, Season 3's just come out. Number 4 is The Murdoch Murders, a Southern Scandal, limited series.
That's too long.
It's too long a title.
It's got 2 colons in it, that title. It's not needed.
I'm going to watch this. I've heard, it's been recommended to me a few times now. So
Also,
is
it pronounced The Murders?
I think it is. Murdow, I think it's pronounced.
Okay.
Murdoch? I don't know. Murders. We'll go with that. Number 3 is Sex Life Season 2.
Yeah.
That's just come out, as I just said. That's the really naughty one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Formula 1 Drive to Survive Season 5. Is it number 2? Is there anything more boring than Formula 1?
I mean, look, at least you've got to give it to Netflix that the marketing's lined up because it was the first Formula 1 race.
True.
Last weekend.
They've managed to schedule them at the right point.
Yeah.
In the
So I
year.
guess this is the reality show of the previous season.
I guess so. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't.
It doesn't seem like 5 minutes since the last season.
I don't want to like Formula 1. I'm not interested.
No.
Sorry.
It's just boring people driving in circles.
I always thought I don't think there'd be many worse sports to go to as a spectator than Formula 1.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
What are you getting out of that?
Occasionally you just go and then you wait 5 seconds for the next one to go.
Yeah.
You can't see anything at that speed, surely. They're just like blurs going past you.
Each their own.
Pointless, stupid sport for stupid people. And the number 1 is Outer Banks Season 3.
Outer Banks has been renewed for a 4th season.
Has it really?
Yeah.
A lot of people at work love it. I did the first season of it. I didn't really get into it.
I've never watched it.
I've watched the first. It's just like a soap opera.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't get into it. I struggled with it. So I haven't done Season 2 or Season 3. But a lot of people at work are really into it.
Is it sexy people
Yeah, I think so.
on an island in a sort of post-apocalyptic?
No, I don't think it's
Oh, is
post-apocalyptic.
it not?
It's more like a mystery series, I think. In the first series, they find a body on a sunken ship.
Okay.
And they have to try and get to the bottom of why.
Cool.
It's like a soap opera. It's
Okay.
boring. I feel quite outspoken.
Absolutely
this week.
dealing some fire.
I don't know
today.
why. I apologise. Okay, that's the top 10's done. Shall we move on to the real talk for the week?
Yeah, this week's Real Talk, because we are coming up to Mother's Day
In
here
the UK,
in the
it's
UK.
Mother's Day this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
And we love our mothers.
Sure do. So simply the Real Talk. Who are the best and worst movie and TV mothers?
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
Not open my phone.
Nor have I. We're so bad at prep. We don't do any prep. I think we did get one on Instagram, and I think it was from your wife.
Oh, nice. She was talking about putting something on.
She said, I am the best mother. No, she didn't say that. She's put, best mother is Jamie Lee Curtis in Freaky Friday.
Okay.
Yeah? Up for that?
Yeah. It's Lindsay Lohan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
Good answer, Mrs. Nick.
I've got to say,
Go on.
I found worst much easier to do than best.
Yeah, I was saying this at work the other day because it's difficult because there's not many movies about happy families.
I guess there's less.
There's
drama
more
in
movies.
that.
Yeah, exactly. There's not much drama. There's more drama in a bad mother.
Okay. Shall I start with the Discord?
Yes, do it.
Smileyton
I don't think I've got any on Twitter anyway.
nominates. I'm sure I put one on there, but there you go.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh, you did?
In the Discord, Smileyton nominates Kevin's mother from Home Alone.
As
I don't know. I don't understand his message. He said he's put a gif of her and then still thinking of my choice for worst. Wink.
oh, so he's being funny.
I think so.
Yeah. She's definitely not the best.
That's what you say. She lost a kid twice.
Exactly. Yeah, she's
Wayne
definitely one of the
Wayne
worst.
in the Discord says Sarah Connor from Terminator. She's one of the best mothers. Goes through some shit times just to save a waster of a kid.
That's a good answer.
Worst, Gemma Teller from Sons of Anarchy. Horrible person. Any mother who stabs their daughter-in-law in the head with a kitchen fork deserves a place on this list.
Agreed. I don't think she's a movie mother, but okay, we'll let that up.
TV.
We didn't say TV or movie.
Oh, did we
but, but it's fine.
Alex
it usually is.
Alex in the Discord says, best, Frances McDormand as Mildred Hayes in 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
That
absolute badass.
That's the gift that he's put on Twitter because I was like, I don't know who that is.
Worst, Mother Gothel entangled. Dog shit person.
Dog shit person?
Yeah.
Ugh. I haven't seen Tangled. Can't comment.
I
also haven't seen Free Billboards. So
Alex says, at least he was polite. He says, can I add a favourite from TV?
Yes. Wayne can't, but Alex can.
Coach's wife from Friday Night Lights.
Okay, yeah.
Alex says, I love my mum, but she's not Connie Britton.
That's harsh. Alex's mum's awesome. That is harsh.
Ross Cook in the Discord says, Helen Parr from The Incredibles. She's the best mum. She's hard enough to raise kids, let alone ones with superpowers.
True.
At worst, Margaret White from Carrie did not handle her superpowered daughter nearly as well.
Certainly did not. That was going to be one of my picks.
I like the good and bad sides of the coin there. Smileyson says, best, Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side. I've not seen The Blind Side.
I haven't seen The Blind Side either.
She won an Oscar for that?
She did. Was that the one where she won the Oscar and the Razzie in the same year?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Chris from Time Shifters podcast says Anakin's mum in the first Star Wars prequel doesn't win any awards. A bearded stranger drifts into town, says, your kid's special, I want to take him away. She's like, okay.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. I'll give him that one.
I got a couple of nominations from me in there. The Other Mother from Coraline is a worst mum.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
That's some creepy stuff.
Yeah, that is creepy.
Buttons for eyes.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, don't like her.
Is your best as the mother from Caroline?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. And then Mandy Cohen is my other nomination.
Who's Mandy Cohen?
She's Brian's mother from The Life of Brian. Oh. I didn't actually realise until this week that her character was called Mandy.
I didn't know that. There we go. That's a good answer. I did not know that. Which one did you put on Twitter?
I can't remember.
I think.
It was Lorraine McFly.
It was, yeah, Mrs. McFly.
Yeah, don't try and
best or worst?
Cop off with your own son.
She didn't know though. To be fair,
that's true. Yeah, but also, like, she was pretty shallow because as soon as George McFly hit Biff, she was.
Yeah, true.
God, no, I'll go with you.
Yeah, that's also true.
Right, anyway. I thought I struggled with best. I thought maybe
I'm really struggling with best. Even now, I'm struggling.
Maybe Molly Weasley from the Harry Potter
that's
films,
a good
because
shout.
she's got to put up with some shit.
That's
all
a
them
good
kids
shout.
are horrible.
I was thinking of
weird ginger kids.
Yeah, yeah. She's got loads of ginger kids as well. It's not an easy life.
No.
I was thinking of I don't know her name. Apologies. The mother from Room.
Oh right, yeah,
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
She's a good mother. She saves that child by sending him out into the world.
That's
but I really struggled with best. I genuinely can't think of one. Marge Simpson. She a good mother?
No, she wasn't.
There is a Simpsons movie.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it.
Worst, I think I'm going with Mama Fratelli from the Goonies.
Great choice.
But I also think all of the mothers in the Goonies are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because especially Mikey's mother, she's terrible when she just lets them all go and they go off on their adventure, and then all the mothers in the Goonies. But Mama Fratelli's the worst mother.
Yeah, so that's a good shout.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm sorry, I can't remember the actress's name, but she was also the mama in Throw Mama from the Train.
She was indeed, yeah.
And she's a terrible mama in that as well.
Yeah. She's just a generally bad mother.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, whatever your name was. I'm sure she's dead. She must be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel safe in saying that she will be resting in peace.
I feel like we need to give her a shout.
Yeah.
Let me find her.
But what a character.
Oh, yeah.
What an
100%.
actress.
What an actress. What a wonderful portrayal of a bad mother.
I remember as a kid, I mean, Goonies is one of my most watched movies anyway. Petrified of that woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Anne Ramsey, her name is.
Yeah.
She is dead. She died in 1988.
Okay.
She's only 59.
Wow.
Wow. That's really young.
Yeah.
That means she was only like
mid-50s
when she made that film.
Yeah.
Wow. Mama Fratelli was like 14 years older than us when she made that film. Yeah, rest in peace to Anne Ramsey. But for me, she's the worst mother.
Okay.
Oh, well, she did raise that kid. The one she didn't want to, but did. But she did raise a couple of murderers as well.
Yeah.
So. Good real talk, I think. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that one. It was a tough one, though. I thought it would be a nice, light-hearted, easy one, but it was actually quite tough.
Yeah, there's some bad mothers out there.
There are, but there are some good mothers too. It's Mother's Day. We were just talking about bad mothers. That's terrible. Cool. I think we've done a wave.
Well, obviously, our mothers are the best.
Absolutely.
So,
Mum was better than your mum.
if my mum wasn't my mum,
Yeah.
I'd want your mum as my mum.
Same.
So,
Me too.
there you go.
She's raised a lovely son. My mum.
Yeah, your brother's great. So,
Wow. He's not. I think we've done a wave.
Yeah.
I think that's all the waving we can do for this week.
Sure.
Shall we go away and record a movie show on an Italian movie about a man who lives on an island?
Sure. I'm
Let's do
100% looking forward to doing that.
Me too. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here now. We're done with the wave. Come back on Thursday for the movie show.
Cheers.
Bye.